I'm so glad to be here and so grateful to have been able to read the work of Lydia Cacho. Her book, Slavery Incorporated, The Untold Story of International Sex Trafficking, has changed my life. It's an extraordinary book, and her courage is something that I feel very uncourageous next to. So what I also discovered when I was trying to write about Lydia's work was that the kind of ambiguous poetic language that we often use was something that I didn't really feel comfortable doing in a way because of the ethical ambiguities in that. So this poem is not focusing on the women who she documents the cases of across the world, women who suffer sex trafficking, prostitution, and children as well, but really thinking about the men who are behind these things. And one of the things that Lydia says is that if men didn't want to enslave women, because it's a free market, because it's sort of part of capitalism, that sexual slavery would not exist. And that was quite a revelation, in fact, for me. So the poem is called The Private Lives of Powerful Men for Lydia Cacho, and it begins with an epigraph. It's a quote from Gloria Anzaldua's book, Borderlands. And Anzaldua is obviously writing about something quite different here, but touches on this issue of machismo. She says, machismo is an adaptation to oppression and poverty and low self-esteem. It is the result of hierarchical male dominance, the loss of a sense of dignity and respect. In the macho, breeds a false machismo which leads him to put down women and even to brutalize them. 1. In the ciudades perdidas, massage parlors, mega casinos, karaoke bars, anonymous brotherhood of 5-star hotels, and rumorless resorts across 5 continents, you, politicians, police, judges, doctors, priests, husbands, fathers, and sons, whose nations ratified the UN Convention on Human Rights, you, the midnight hand at the checkpoint itching for a fee as the private jets deplane, you, flashing jackal, you, familiar man, abject, awaiting benediction on the rota of mafioso. From maquilladoras in the borderlands, a body disassembled into its female parts, a shattered idol without provenance, crated onto ships up the Anatolian coast, libidinal economy, requisitioned by Europe, procured via London, catalogued on arrival by the ritual mysteries for which its shape is best suited, vocabulary fixed on skin color, taxonomy of hair and eye and height, trade phrases of a case study in phylogeny, distinctions of battlefield and brothel, identity cards, manifests, thumbprints on sales ledgers, types on a fixed price menu of trespass and conquest. Against her solitary web work of bone and blood, you swallow her whole, a scythe-wielding Cronus, fearing to be overthrown, though every woman born is the mother of your flesh. 2. How to hold your wife, as if trying very hard not to break her in public. Negotiating the ballroom with a dance, you consider the likely sum of her life on the open market. Mildly perturbed, your mind shifts to tax and labor restrictions, immigration law, health care, the consequences of non-compliance, unforeseen risks and entitlements, digits, conflagrating on white paper like odorless, volatile gas. 3. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, laws subject to the jurisdiction of, grotesqueries of balance sheet, profit margin, enforced migration, an intervening Congress on war and reparations, prudently reworded this to life, liberty, and the right to own property. To gain a word, to describe the loss, I risk losing everything. Cherie Moraga. 4. You think anger is a short-term solution to short-term lives, cycled through silence to consume, discard, destroy. The prophets visited nightly by voices and visions in the mortal cold of the desert will outlive you, for whom hell clamors. Behemoth of the water, tongue of ash and omens, bellowing in the void of your conscience, built in the image of man, is the estrangement of his daughters, who shred those names given at birth and sow them into the ground, refusing to answer you, choosing for themselves instead light, iron, stone, hope.